Most people have no idea how stainless steel jewelry is actually made. In this video, I'm gonna be showing you how to go from this raw piece of metal to this finished piece of hard jewelry. My name is Will Velasquez and I'm the owner of Hard Jewelry. Over the past 8 years, we've sold over 1 million pieces worldwide. Right now, I'm inside of our jewelry factory in Dongguan, China that we've been building over the past 8 years. And I'm gonna show you how we do this shit. Let's go. But before I start, I wanna tell you something very important about stainless steel jewelry. It's one of the toughest metals in the world. It's used to make planes, cars, and even bombs. So this makes it one of the most difficult metals to make jewelry out of. Because it's so dense, it has a melting point of 2,800 degrees Fahrenheit. Just to give you context of how hot that is, sterling silver has a melting point of 1,700 degrees Fahrenheit. So in order to make stainless steel jewelry, you need a very talented team and industrial equipment. So now that you know that, let's begin. For this video, I've broken the process down into 5 simple stages. So let's start with the first one, which is my favorite, design and development. Every piece starts with an idea first, whether that's a thought you have, a dream you have, or something just sparks up in your mind. We take that concept and build it digitally using 3D CAD software. That's where we make every detail perfect exactly how we want it. Every detail is mapped out down to the fraction of a millimeter. Once that's perfect, we 3D print it in wax, and that gives us a small physical piece that we can measure, inspect, and make sure that it's ready for the next step. Stage 2 is creating the mold and wax casting. To make the mold, we put the 3D print inside of this silicone mold frame. We leave it in here for 24 hours and it will hold the shape of the piece, and we can use this for the next part. Once that's finished, we take the 3D print out of it, and now we can make the liquid brass mold using this silicone frame. We pour liquid brass into this silicone mold, and now that gives us this brass mold. I know what you're thinking. Will, that soft as that looks like pennies, gang. Trust me, it's part of the process. Silicone has a higher melting point than brass. That's why doesn't explode. It kind of blew my mind when I learned that too. This next step is wild. We inject wax into these new silicone frames and take dozens of wax models of the piece and attach them to what we call a sprue tree via a heat gun. It kind of looks like a small alien plant. Then we dip the entire thing over and over into a liquid ceramic slurry. Why ceramic? Because when it hardens, it creates a shell that can handle extreme heat up to 3,000 degrees Fahrenheit without cracking. This is the mold that will eventually hold the molten steel. Stage 3 is lost wax casting. Once the ceramic dries, we put this in a furnace where it melts out all of the wax, and that's why it's called lost wax casting. Now we've got a hollow ceramic shell in the exact shape of the jewelry that we wanted it. And here's where things get intense, bro. We melt down stainless steel to nearly 2,800 degrees Fahrenheit and pour it into this mold. This isn't easy metal to work with. It's heavy, it cools fast, and if you get it wrong, the whole entire batch is ruined. After cooling, we bust the ceramic shell open, and finally, we see the steel. It's not pretty yet though. The surface is rough, the edges are tough, and there's a lot of excess metal from the sprue tree. But this is the moment we know if this worked or not. There's a lot of room for error here. For some of our most detailed designs, we only get about a 20% success rate on this stage, meaning the other 80% are defected when we have to redo stage 3 all over again, which is why it takes us on average around 3 times longer to make the detailed designs that we sell on our website. Side note, this is why fast fashion brands like Temu, Shein, and Soft Jewelry don't make jewelry out of stainless steel. And if they do, that has no detail, bro, because they're not risking this stage. You know what I'm saying? This stage makes or breaks brands right here, bro. This is what we've been trying to perfect for years, and we're finally doing it. This stage requires time, patience, and talent, but it's actually not the most risky part, because in this next stage, one small movement can mean starting over. And it's also what makes hard jewelry different than soft jewelry. Stage 4 is finishing, where you go from this unfinished piece of stainless steel to this shiny piece of jewelry. First, we grind off all the sprues from the sprue tree here and grind down every single blemish or rough edge and everything. Each piece gets cleaned, sanded, polished, and refined. And because our pieces are so detailed, every piece has to get polished by hand. The people who polish our jewelry are the highest paid workers because it takes decades of experience to polish to our standards. If you polish too little, the piece will have rough edges and blemishes. If you polish too much, you will polish away the detailed designs, ruining the entire piece. It's a very delicate process that they make look easy, but in reality, this is one of the most important parts. This part takes time, bro. Stainless steel is tough. It takes actual pressure and force for you to buff it to a mere shine, but that's what makes it last forever. That's why they use stainless steel to make Rolexes, cars, planes, fridges, our jewelry. A silver piece might bend or scratch on you in a few months, but this, you could wear this every day for years and not notice any difference. Now after this, you would think it's finished, but there's still one last step that we at Hard Jewelry take extremely serious and we've been improving over the years: inspection. Now we're on stage 5, inspection, aka the most important stage in my opinion, and something we've been working on for years at Hard Jewelry. If there's one scratch, one dent, one bend, we have to melt it down and start the entire process over. It takes real experience to catch the mistakes most most people would miss. That's why you have to get a solid quality control team who knows what to look for. Because if we want to make the best stainless steel jewelry in the world, which we do, we have to hold ourselves at the highest standard. After we've checked every corner here and done 4 stages of QC in our China factory, it's ready to be shipped to our warehouse in the USA, where it will be received by our quality team and we will check all the pieces and then hold it safely until you decide to cop it. Guys, I could talk for hours about how important quality control is. I mean, you understand it. You go to a restaurant, the food don't taste good, you're not going there again, you know what I'm saying? Same thing with us. Our jewelry gotta be that level 5-star review every single time, and this is where it can be intercepted. If for some reason in stage 2 it was messed up, stage 3 was messed up, stage 4 is messed up, stage 5 is like the Spider-Man meme holding the train back, you know what I'm saying? So nothing passes through QC over here. That's why after 4 stages of QC are completed in our Chinese jewelry factory here, we send it back to our team in the USA, where we quality check every single piece to make sure that it's ready for you. And that's also where we package all of our orders and ship it with love and freebies from our hometown in Utah. I'm gonna be dropping a warehouse video soon and you'll see what it looks like and what we do over there. So now you've seen it, the entire process from raw steel to a fire piece of hard jewelry that could last forever. It's not easy, it's not fast, but that's why it matters. Is because when you wear a piece of hard jewelry, you're not just wearing something shiny. You're wearing a piece of art that took a talented team, countless of hours to craft, perfect, and make it special. So with that being said, I want to shout out our designers, our casters, our polishers, and all of you for making this possible. Please drop a comment if you've made it this far and let me know what you want to see next. Appreciate you for being here. I'll see you in the next one.